Hi, and welcome to the studio. With me today, I have Jeannie Aesop with Coldwell Banker. You have some facts and figures to give us. Start us off with what you have today.
One of the most important things that an appraiser will use is called an absorption trend analysis. And it basically tells you how fast things are flying off the shelf. So oftentimes somebody will read some kind of a national article on real estate, and then they'll come and they'll ask me about it. But if you use the absorption trend analysis in your local area, in the zip code and the particular price range, you'll find that what they read doesn't really apply. So for example, in our Fallbrook Bonsall market, the properties that are in the $499 to $720 range are flying off the shelf in less than 2 months. That means that it's a really great market for the sellers. On the other hand, in the million and up range, they're 27 months before they're actually leaving and getting sold. So that is a fantastic buyer's market. You can use this absorption trend analysis in any particular market. It helps to get an offer accepted when you have an unrealistic seller.
I feel like you are the person who knows exactly how to market to that target audience. Talk to me a little bit about how you market exactly, how you use that big data to market exactly to your audience.
Yeah, well, I'm very lucky that Coldwell Banker has developed these programs that uses big data to give us a graph of who our buyer is most likely to be on a particular property. And then we're able to take our marketing dollars and put them towards that market. It's only through the use of big data that you can find out who is really your target market, who's really the buyer for this property.
If you are looking to buy or sell, please contact Jeannie Aesop. She knows the name of the game when it comes to big data. She knows the name of the game when it comes to the community. Jeannie, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Hi everyone, we are here with Jonathan Schwartz, a gerontologist and founder of a wonderful company called Partner in Aging. What inspired you to start Partner in Aging?
We are in the midst of an elder explosion, and here in San Diego over the next 15 years, those 85-plus-year-olds are expected to increase by 65%. What that means are more people will need advocacy in their advanced age. And so that's what we do at Partner in Aging, is we help folks navigate this overly complicated aging system that we have in place. We can help people who are interested in aging at home. We help folks that are interested in finding the right retirement community.
How do you go about helping your clients either age in place or look into other living options?
Finding the right caregiver can be extremely challenging. We have connections in our well network with people that provide excellent care, whether it's an agency or an individual caregiver that has that experience working with a senior. One of the programs I'm most proud of is we have this system called A Daughter for a Day. And this is a coalition of people that are just so compassionate and kind that truly serve as someone's a good son or daughter. Stuff like going to the grocery store, managing doctor's appointments, managing the care at home. These are what these advocates aim to do.
Do you have any tips? And if so, what are your tips, your top tips, say, for people who want to age healthier?
Part of successful aging is feeling well. And there was a book written about a decade ago called The Blue Zones, and this author explorer traveled the world and he found 5 different places where people are living longer and healthier. And he compiled a list of 9 different common traits that these cultures were doing. One of them is movement, another is having purpose, eating, when you eat, to eat mostly plants, but not too much. Another one that I really like that these cultures embrace is drinking wine, being connected to some spirituality, some religion, and loving your family first. We have a perception problem when it comes to aging in our society. I want to interview people that are 85 and older and ask them one simple question, and that question is, what do you still want to do with your life? I think so often people see aging as something that's so past driven, where that question of what do you still want to do provides opportunity to show that seniors still have aspirations.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here today. You've shared a lot of wisdom that I'm sure everyone will really enjoy, and good luck with your company, and it's always a pleasure seeing you. So
Thank you,
thanks
Haley.
again.
Thank you.
Hi and welcome. I am lucky enough to have in studio with me today Lee Arnold with Benchmark Properties. Lee, how are we doing today?
Good morning, thank you, great to be here.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you. Open house.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. Everyone thinks that as summer's over that things are slowing down, and I can tell you right now, not the case.
Tell us how you set yourself apart when it comes to open houses.
One of the things that I've been really fortunate to do is do the uncommon, things that are not the normal standard business practice, business as usual. So for us, we like to do things differently to differentiate ourselves, set ourselves apart, and to make sure that what we're doing gets the attraction of today's buyer.
And what can people experience when they're coming to one of your open houses?
So first of all, we don't call them open house, we call them house premieres.
House premiere.
A house premiere is something that's going to be a little bit different. It's an event. So we want to make sure that people understand that what they're coming to may be a party. It may be, for example, in this house that we're looking at right now, it was a snow cone party. It was hot and hot summer days, so we rented the Kona ice truck and had them come out, and had an amazing turnout. We had over 30 people come out in less than 2 hours. Got 2 over asking prices, one of which we're closing escrow on, which is going to be $31,000 over the last model match in the neighborhood.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very proud of that. And my sellers are obviously extremely happy as well.
And this property by itself, without the premiere, without all of the extras, is a gorgeous, gorgeous home.
Oh, absolutely. It's less than 10 years old, nicely upgraded, hits that nice, entry-level price point, but you're still getting a quality property in a good neighborhood with good school districts.
Give me an overview of just the interior of the home. What do you like best?
So for me, the open floor plan, it's very functional yet practical. There's not too much extra space that's unused. It's very user-friendly, and also has a cul-de-sac location, which is also very desirable, especially for people that maybe have, traffic issues or young kids or whatever they want to focus on having a safe place for the family to hang out with.
And outdoor, it's very low maintenance.
Very low
which
maintenance.
Is very
fully fenced yard, but yet still very practical and easy to maintain.
Right, which everybody wants that right now.
Yeah.
Those water bills, got to keep them low.
Yes, absolutely.
And you briefly touched on, the schools. Tell me a little bit about the Fallbrook community.
So ironically enough, even though this is the Fallbrook zip code, this is also actually a Bonsall school district. So all of the elementary, middle school, and they have a brand new high school that just opened up a couple years ago. They all go to the Bonsall school. So when you look online, the school ratings are off the charts. They are fantastic.
This house is not going to last very long.
Well, that's closing escrow today. So that's why, ironically enough, it went very fast. The house premiere brought in, like I said, 30 people, had an amazing turnout, and it's just different. Like I said, we have the Kona ice truck out there, and it was definitely a lot different, which was great.
If you are looking to sell a home, you need to hire a true professional who knows the market, knows what they're doing. Lee Arnold with Benchmark Properties is your guy. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me today. It's been great.
Hi, thanks for joining us. I am joined in studio today by Etter Contreras with Broadpoint Properties. How are we doing today?
Good, Maddie. How are you?
Good, thank you. I am really excited to talk about this Escondido opportunity. Just give me an overview.
1344 Ward Place. It's a beautiful place. 4 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. From the outside, it looks like a single level, but it's actually a 2, which is, it kind of tricks you a little bit. It was completely remodeled. Kitchen was just redone. Some of the appliances were just put in about 3 weeks ago. So a lot of this house has been touched up, and it's a beautiful place.
It's open, it's airy. I love all the white. It just really, really brightens and opens it up. And the views. Tell me a little bit about the views.
There's a couple of things that I like about the house. The views is one of them. The reason being is it has a really great deck. So for some of us that, work the long days, we just want somewhere to relax. Just hang out at the deck, enjoy the view, it's tranquilizing.
It feels like a little staycation almost. Like you walk outside, you take in these views. It's expansive too. It's not just, you don't just get views from one side of the house. You get views from pretty much all angles.
That's right. You get obviously you get the views from the community, the area, the neighborhood, but you also get some northern mountains. and that just tops it off. That's like the icing on the cake.
Talk about the entertainment space that we have here. We have a lot of areas indoors and outdoors to entertain. This would be an entertainer's home, I believe.
It really is. Up in the main level, you actually have your living room with a fireplace. Like I mentioned, from the outside, it doesn't look like it has a lower level, which it does. And that also has its own family room with its own fireplace as well. And that actually leads to the backyard. It's very low maintenance, which obviously is a plus. You can have family, kids, pets, if you have any, just running around. Set up a couple tables. If you want, even set up a projector. You know, have like an outdoor movie, call the family, friends, celebrate birthdays, holidays. And regardless of the occasion, you're gonna have a built-in barbecue ready to go. So.
That sounds fantastic. And you can have families stay in that lower level. If you want to like keep them at a distance, but we want them to stay for the weekend, for holidays.
That's right, exactly, yeah. Make sure everyone's comfortable.
What makes this home so unique?
Well, one thing that I already mentioned, the split level, it kind of tricks you from the outside, but once you're inside, you're kind of like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. Not only that, but it's also the location. It's close to pretty much everything you want. You have great schools, parks, you have a golf course, entertainment, shopping, and not to mention you also have Interstate 15 just 5 minutes away. So if you have family, friends up north that you want to go visit, easy. You want to go down south, even easier.
This is a very prime location. I can speak to Escondido because this is where I grew up. This place isn't going to last very long, I would assume.
No, it's not.
Call Etter Contreras with Broadpoint Properties. He'll get you hooked up with the best of the best as far as properties go. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, and thanks for joining us. In studio today with me, I have Mike Cameron of Cameron Real Estate Services. Thanks so much for coming in. How you feeling today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
We're going to talk about an opportunity in El Cajon.
Yes.
Give me a little overview.
Well, we've got a fantastic house. It's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath house owned by this family that's lived there their whole lives. Custom home built in ¡79. It's 4,130 square feet on a massive lot. Really cool place in a really great area.
Speaking of custom, I love the archways.
Yeah.
Looking out into the
It's
backyard.
really cool. You go in that balcony on the outside and it's a long stretching balcony that comes off of the main living room areas and also off the master, but it looks off into the mountains and it's really gorgeous.
What would you say sets this home apart from other homes you've sold in the past?
Well, this is a great multi-generational family home. It was built by a family who had many kids and they all lived there. They went to college there. So they grew up there, and it was just great because the whole family could live in the house. So it's not only great for big families, but big parties.
And what do you love most about this property?
I think it's a great entertainer's home. It's got this massive area in the kitchen, 2 main living rooms that are just huge, breakfast nook. There's tons of privacy on this property, so I just love it because it's very custom, unique, and just ready to go.
Very unique, lots of character.
Lots of character, yeah. It's an older home. It's probably going to take a family that comes in, makes a few modifications to the inside, make it their own kind of thing, but it's a beautiful place. The location is probably key right here.
And speaking of location, let's move outside of the home. Talk about the lifestyle, the community a little bit. What can people hope to find, when they settle themselves here?
Yeah, El Cajon and La Mesa are changing. San Diego is changing. Those areas are also seeing more investment dollars come in. The area is improving. This is a really nice location in El Cajon. Schools are excellent out in that area, and lots of rolling hills and privacy is what you get. This is a great home for somebody that's looking to take a big lot. It's a half-acre lot, 11,000 square feet, and just have some privacy.
And if you could sum up this opportunity in a sentence or two.
I got you. We just reduced the price $50,000. Seller's really motivated. He wants to move the property. The mother of the family passed away earlier this year, so the kids are settling the estate and they want to move on with that process. But it's a great opportunity. We just reduced the price. It's a really great price right now.
If you're looking to own property in this up-and-coming community, contact Mike. It is not going to last very long. Mike, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, and welcome in studio with me today. I have Stacey Anglin from Ticor Title. Stacey, how are we doing today?
Doing really well, thanks.
Excited to talk about title insurance. Tell me a little bit about what title insurance is for the viewers who may not know.
That's an excellent question because it's something that comes up not very often. You know, how many times in your life do you buy or sell a property, right? And you're going to have title insurance for yourself and your lender. So unlike health insurance or automobile insurance where you pay a premium every month and it's for something that might happen due to a future loss, a car accident, car theft, something like that, title insurance is a one-time fee that gets paid for anything that might happen to your property in the future that's actually already happened in the past. Somebody claims and says, I've got an interest in your property. Somebody comes in and says, hey, there is a lien for a mortgage or something like that that wasn't taken care of. Things like that are what title insurance is for. So it's a biggie. Easements is always a good example because here in Southern California, we live in an easement world. We give our utilities, other homeowners rights to use our property. So what happens when you buy a home and your neighbor is starting to drive over your property and you say you don't have the right to do that? Well, if the title insurance company that did your search didn't tell you that there was an easement there and yet your neighbors are driving over it, that's when title insurance would come into play. Your lender is also going to want a lender's title policy to make sure that their loan is secure and in the position that they think they're in, meaning most lenders don't want to do a loan from being behind somebody else. So they want to make sure that they're in first position.
That was a great explanation. Thank you. Stacey, how would it work for a lender in title insurance?
That's an excellent question. So a lender's policy is not exciting at all, and the consumer doesn't care anything about it, but it's everything to your lender. A lender wants to make sure that their loan is going to be in the position in which they think it is. A good example of that is if you have a first mortgage and then you get a home equity line of credit. Let's say you want to go back and you want to refinance your first mortgage. That equity line of credit, the minute that you go to refinance that first mortgage, that's going to bump that equity line of credit back into first place. So they're going to have to do certain things, subordination agreements, to make sure that first loan goes back into its proper position. So it's all about the positioning when it comes to lenders.
And what might happen if someone didn't have title insurance?
Well, like I said, for a lender won't do a loan on a property unless they have title insurance. But for a homeowner, I mean, I've had, what we call total policy losses. Title insurance will help defend you in court. They'll help you settle in the event that there is disputes, neighbor disputes, heirs. Think about this. You have a property and it's been in your family for 60 years and it's changed hands, but it's been done without title insurance. So if you sell the property to you and then all of a sudden an heir comes out of the woodwork and says, oh, they didn't have the right to sell that, that's when title insurance comes into play.
Absolutely. If you are a homeowner or a lender, contact Stacey Anglin today. Stacey, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks, Madison. Thanks for having me.
Hi and welcome. Today in studio joining me, I have Labette Baldwin from Quality Cleaning and Maintenance Services. Labette, tell us a little bit about your business.
Quality Cleaning and Maintenance Services is a residential and commercial cleaning business established in July of 2004, and we service all of San Diego County and Riverside counties. We also do post-construction cleaning, window cleaning. We service Camp Pendleton, do move-in, move-out cleans, vacation rentals.
You do it all.
We do it all.
You are all over the place.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And you actually clean here for us.
Yes, we do.
Making the studio look as spotless as it is.
Absolutely.
So you do Riverside as well. So you are literally all over the place. Is it just you? How many people do you have on staff?
Usually on staff we have about 4, but I am on staff everywhere. Every project that we have, I am there. I am hands-on.
And what would you say sets you apart? I mean, cleaning services, they're all over the place. People hire friends. What would be the reason why someone would hire you over somebody else?
What sets me apart, Quality Cleaning, is that I love what I do. I take pride in what I do. I love to clean. Cleaning is therapeutic for me. And it's also, I have my contractor's license. So I went, got my contractor's license, took the classes to do that. So then that way when I'm on construction sites, I know the ins and outs, the rules, the guidelines of an actual construction site.
So there's, legalities that go along with.
There is. And some cleaners don't know that. So you got to take the necessary classes to actually know what goes on the site. So then you don't have to worry the contractor with the rules and the regulations. You already know, your team knows, and you're ready to go.
You can take care of business on your own.
Yes.
Labette, where can we find you?
You can follow us on Instagram or contact us via telephone.
If you need a business or construction site or your home, any place that is important to you, if you need that space cleaned, this is the woman to call right here. San Diego County or Riverside.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in today. It was
so
nice to meet you.
What if all the precision and expertise we associate with fine craftsmanship were applied to insurance? After all, insurance isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's personal. It's about the people and things that matter most to you. Your family, your home, your possessions, and your business. When the independent agents at Puma Valley Insurance write a policy, it's tailored for you to fit your unique style and personal needs.
Why choose off the rack when our agents can tailor an insurance portfolio that fits you to a T? Remember, the PVI standard is always a cut above. So give us a call today to schedule your custom fitting.
Did you know that thousands of Californians have retired in luxury on the beach in San Felipe, Baja California? Did you know that the future of green technology is happening now, and it's happening on the beach in Baja California? That you can own a beautiful sea view home for a fraction of what it would cost in the U.S.? Did you know that the cost of living is 1/4 the cost of what it is here? Discover Rancho Costa Verde, an amazing cutting-edge green community on the beach at prices you haven't seen in your lifetime. Home sites with 180-degree sea views starting at only $22,500. Full ownership, not a lease, not a timeshare, with terms and financing that make it affordable for almost anyone. To attend a free informational dinner seminar, call 1-800-211-7400. Call 1-800-211-7400.
Hi, thanks for joining us. I am lucky enough to have back in studio with me Chris Crozier with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. Chris, tell me a little bit about this Carlsbad property in Bresci Ranch. There's a story behind it.
Every transaction there's a story, right? And this particular one is somewhat unique where it kind of highlights my level of service. And service is so important to me. And every time I do a transaction, I am entrusted with a family's most expensive investment for the most part. And so I take that job very, very seriously. And in this particular case, this was a family of 5. So husband, wife, and 3 small children. With small children, it is very challenging to show a property on short notice and just in general. So what this family did is they actually relocated. The wife had moved out with her kids to mom's house, and then the husband went to start working because he had to have a job. He relocated for the job, and so they left me in charge of taking care of things. And when I mean things, like virtually everything.
It's a tall order.
Yes, and it's a lot of trust. And so there was some unique challenges where we had an out-of-country buyer and an out-of-area agent. At any rate, the house is sold.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And they moved on, and I actually helped them locate a trusted professional up in the Bay Area so that they can, find a new property and move in and kind of get the family back together and the kids happy again.
You are with one of the top brokerage agencies and has one of the best teams in the nation. Tell us a little bit about your success here.
Any level of success that I've had is based on my work ethic. Showing up, getting up, being active, and doing my job. And then, following up and closing on these things. With this particular house, one of the interesting things was, we had tons of people looking at it, and we had a gentleman, which is a realtor, looking for his clients, and he was comparing us to other areas of the communities. And I kind of checked out what he needed. I was just kind of feeling him out to see what he needed, and I went at him. I went after him and I sold him. And that's what really got this house done.
You have real estate in your blood. I mean, you sleep, eat, and breathe real estate. So you know everything from top to bottom, going through this process of selling and purchasing a home.
Yeah, and every property, house, home has its own attributes. So whether it's a large square footage or an architectural element, or just location, right? So there's always something, and you got to make sure that you highlight those things so that everybody knows.
If you are looking to sell a home and need a trusted professional who truly will get the job done for you, Chris Crozier is your man. Chris, thank you so much for coming in the studio today.
No, thank you.
And here we are in studio with two of the stars from Foundation Escrow. Of course, here we have Stephanie and Hawan. Everybody knows Hawan as well. So ladies, thanks for joining us in studio. What is it about Escrow and having the background of selling homes prior that you really enjoy?
I think that I can relate to agents. You really can understand their struggle on a daily basis. It can be a tough job at times, and a big part of my job, I think, is coming alongside them and being a cheerleader, because you're going to hit those roadblocks, and I just want to be the one to fill in those pieces. If they're having trouble with their business, it's like, what value can I bring? How can I help them fit the pieces together and be successful?
And one thing about you and Foundation as a whole is you guys work so well as a team. What is it about the team that you guys have been able to put together?
So I think it's really just our company culture. Our CEO, Masood, as you mentioned, really focuses on making sure that we're happy in our work environment. And I think that when Stephanie started nearly, going on 6 years ago, she was able to kind of build her business because of the amazing atmosphere and her extensive knowledge in the industry. And I respect Stephanie immensely, what she's been able to do in San Diego and North County territory specifically, but all of San Diego, and the number of agents that she services. It's seeing this every day in the field is just, it's crazy. If you don't know Stephanie, you need to know her for sure.
Get to know her today.
Yeah.
Now I love the word that you used, experience, because that's really what you're providing other than a great service. Talk about the experience that you're able to provide to your agents.
Well, we work with a lot of the top agents in San Diego, so I have a unique perspective. I get to meet with them and see what's working, what isn't working, and then bring that back to them. A lot of times especially when you start out in real estate, I call it shiny objects. They're throwing all these different tools at you and asking you to spend money on things, and I think a big part of our job is sifting through that and finding out which things are actually valuable and then bringing that to them.
Providing phenomenal escrow services is really our top of mind goal. Stephanie and I like to really get to know the agents, because personality wise, some people work better with other escrow officers, and we just want to make sure that the experience is as we make buying and selling simple.
Yeah, I love that line.
Yeah.
Whether it's 3 in the morning or whether it's 12 in the afternoon, give Foundation Escrow a call. Thank you ladies for stepping in the studio today. And I look forward to seeing what's in the future. What's next for Foundation.
Sky's the limit. Let's get started.